You can come with me. Come over here. Be a guest in my mom's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Got it. Come on in, everyone. Come on in for our children's service. You can sit anywhere you like, but I don't think we're going to fill the sanctuary, so if you sit closer to the front, that would be great. Make sure you get a machzor, a prayer book for this day of Rosh Hashanah. It's this book right here. So, such a good demonstration.
Thank you.
Come on in, everyone. Yeah, just sit closer to the front. It makes it easier. Okay. So we're going to do a few of the prayers in our machzor so we can kind of get into the feel of Rosh Hashanah and enjoy this day. We always welcome and start our service with the words of Ma Tovu, which if you're following along in your prayer book, can be found on page 4 at the very bottom.
Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Whenever we gather for services, we always begin the important prayers with the words of Baruch Hu, which really kind of means let us bless God together. And so those words can be found on page 13 of our machzor, and we always stand for Baruch Hu, so I'm going to ask you to stand.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Now you can be seated. An incredibly important prayer is the words of the Shema, and so we're going to read together an introduction to the words of the Shema beginning on page 16. So I'm going to ask the adults here and the readers to read the English where it says adults. So you ready? Page 16. A little girl once asked her mother, "How should a person look for God?" Her mother answered,
You should find God everywhere.
The girl wasn't sure she understood. So she asked another question. How should a person love God? Her mother answered,
You should love God by loving everything which God made. God made people, animals, flowers, rain and thunder, everything.
The girl still didn't understand. Still, she asked another question. How does a person learn to love? This time her mother answered,
You should keep your eyes and your heart open.
The girl smiled at her mother. The Shema is the most important of all Jewish prayers. It expresses our belief that one God created the heavens and the earth and is the parent of all people.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
On page 18, once we were slaves in Egypt, and God took us out and set us free. On the way out of Egypt, the children of Israel sang a song, L'mi Chamocha. By remembering that we were slaves and knowing that now we are free, we are better able to understand the mitzvot, the commandments. If we remember the bitterness of slavery, we can begin to help everyone become free.
Mi chamocha pa'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nor tehilot osef eleh. Mi chamocha pa'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nor tehilot osef eleh.
The next prayer on page 19 is called the Avot. It's the first of the prayers that are part of a whole bunch of prayers called the Amidah. And here's the basic idea. Before we ask God for anything, remind God that we're related. Sort of like, don't forget that I'm related to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. It's kind of like before you go to your parents and you ask for something, you always want to remind them, it's like, you're so wonderful, you're the best parents in the whole wide world, and then you start asking for stuff. So basically, good idea to do it that way. And so that's what the Avot is. That's the introduction of before I'm going to ask for anything, I'm just going to say, hi. Hi, God, you're the greatest. Don't forget we're related. Can I please have peace? So we're going to start with the Avot on page 19.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov v'Elohei imotenu Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah v'Elohei Rachel.
So let's all read together in the middle of the page. Our God and God of our parents, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, and God of Leah and Rachel. Remember us for a good life. You are a ruler who loves life. Write us in the book of life. You are God, the God of life. So what's the most important thing we want to ask for? Peace. Sim Shalom, page 20. Shalom is the Hebrew word for peace.
Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, amecha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, Amecha.
Please give peace, goodness, and blessings, favor, kindness, and understanding to us, to all of Israel, your people. Blessed are you, O Lord, the one who blesses your people Israel with peace. Now, before we sing the words of Avinu Malkeinu, which is a favorite prayer for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I want to invite all of the young people here to the bima so that we can see the Torah scrolls up close. Now, if young people need some help walking up to the bima, Liz, you're welcome to do that. So come on up. Come on up, everybody.
Come on up.
You can leave your prayer books. So look, we have... So, first of all, are all the young people on the bima now? Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. So, who wants to tell me how many Torah scrolls we have in the ark? You guys can all count, right? Should we count together? You have to know the answer? Seven. All right. Good job. You get a prize. Shana Tova. So I'm going to give you some apples and honey. That's actually for everyone. So we have 7 Torah scrolls. It's really, we're very fortunate to have so many Torah scrolls. You really only need 1 Torah scroll. But we have 7 Torah scrolls. Can you guys tell me something about these Torah scrolls? What color are their outfits, so to speak? They're all white. So only on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur do we dress the Torah scrolls in white. If you come on a Friday night, which I'm sure I'll see you guys very soon on a Friday for a Friday night service, you'll see all of our Torah scrolls are dressed in blue on all other days. We only dress the Torah scrolls in white for these days because part of white always kind of means like, hey, I'm going to start all over. Everything's going to be clean, because white is clean. Actually, my white shoes are no longer clean. But anyway, you understand. So white is clean, so we're going to start all over. It's a new year. We can kind of correct our mistakes and fix everything. That's why they're dressed in white. Now, can anybody kind of see some other designs that are on the Torah scrolls? What else do you want to point out there? What do you see? Some of them have crowns. That is a great observation. Good job. All right. So lots of times you'll see Torah scrolls. We don't have any silver on our Torah scrolls. Sometimes we do, but lots of times Torah scrolls have crowns on them. And that's because of this. Who usually wears a crown? Who knows? What? A king or a queen. Yes. Kings or queens. Don't have a king or queen in the United States. Hope everybody got that memo. So, kings or queens wear crowns. We don't put a crown on a person's head. We put a crown on a book, on the Torah scroll. Because the Torah scroll is a book. Even though it's written in a scroll, it's a book. So that's our king or queen. Our ruler is this book. And we kind of think like, hey, you want to figure out how to lead your life? You have big questions about what I'm supposed to do, or you're not sure, we always look to the Torah scroll. That's the person who tells us, in a sense, what to do when we're lost. And that's why we put crowns on the Torah scroll. Anything else you guys notice about these Torah scrolls? No. Okay. All right, well, they are beautiful Torah scrolls, and I'm really glad you guys could see them. I'm going to teach you one more thing before we sing Avinu Malkeinu, and that's this. So when you come to services and we read from the Torah, someone carries the Torah scroll around the congregation. And you'll notice that people give the Torah a kiss. They'll take their prayer book and touch the Torah, or they'll take their talis and touch the Torah. But most people don't know this, so I'm going to share with you guys a really important secret. You're supposed to touch the Torah and then your lips. The Torah gives you a kiss. You don't give the Torah a kiss. Sometimes people don't know that, so you're supposed to touch the Torah and then it gives you a kiss in a sense. You do the same thing if you have a mezuzah on your doorpost. You touch it, and then a kiss. It gives you, so that you get some of its holiness and some of its instruction and some of its teaching. So I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to touch the Torah scroll, take a kiss from it, and then go back to your seats. Okay? You want to start us off? Okay, and then go back to your seats. You're welcome to pick whichever Torah scroll you want to. Obviously, don't climb up to the top. Go ahead. Go ahead. Gotta touch. Maybe your left. Well done, everyone. Those steps are just kind of decorative, don't worry. So, Avinu Malkeinu can be found on page 21. We read it first at the top. Avinu Malkeinu means God is like our parent, God is like our ruler. Together, Avinu Malkeinu, we have no ruler but you. Avinu Malkeinu, give us a new year of blessing. Avinu Malkeinu, write us in the book of good life. Avinu Malkeinu, write us in the book of forgiveness. Avinu Malkeinu, answer us. Even though we don't deserve your help, please use justice and kindness and save us. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu v'hanenu, ki ein banu ma'asim, aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, chonenu v'hanenu, ki ein banu ma'asim. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Before we listen to the sound of the shofar, I want to share with everyone a wonderful story. It's not in your books. You can just open your ears to this story. This is the story. A wealthy diamond merchant, everybody knows what a diamond is, like diamonds, like on your finger. A wealthy diamond merchant went to visit his rabbi, Rabbi Shalom. The merchant, the diamond merchant, recently returned from a trip to Antwerp, Belgium, and was excited to share with his rabbi his recent purchases of diamonds. He could not wait to show his rabbi some of the precious stones he had purchased. He was confident these stones would make his business really, really successful, but he also hoped to get the rabbi's blessing. The rabbi, however, appeared more interested in talking about some common workers who the merchant kind of found a little boring. Rebbe, the merchant, finally blurted out, "I just don't see what you see in these people. They're all so stupid." The rabbi calmly replied, "Actually, each of them, every single one of these people, has an honorable and important trait." "Perhaps that is true, Rabbi, but I cannot see them." The rabbi sat silently for a few moments and then said, "Show me your new diamonds." The merchant eagerly untied a beautiful velvet sack and spread the glittering diamonds on the rabbi's desk. Lifting one stone up and holding it to the light, he said, "This one is a really, really fine diamond, Rabbi. I see nothing special in it. It looks like all the rest of the diamonds," the rabbi said. And then the merchant said, "But that's because you're not an expert. You don't understand how to see things in diamonds." And the rabbi said, "You should really become an expert in people, because each person is a diamond. You just have to look carefully and become an expert in seeing the best in every single person." I'm really excited to share with you a shofar song before we sound the shofar. We're going to teach them the shofar song.
I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Tekiah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiah Gedolah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Happy, happy, happy New Year.
The blessings for sounding the shofar can be found on page 29.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'shmoa kol shofar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechiyanu v'kimarnu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
Amen. So, come here, Robert. This Robert, he can make a really great sound from the shofar. And I just want to tell everyone, it's really hard to make a sound from this instrument, which may be why we use it on Rosh Hashanah. But the most important part is that we hear the sound of the shofar. The blessing that the cantor just chanted is Lishmoa kol shofar, to listen to the sound of the shofar, to let it sink in. And there's 3 notes, and so Robert's going to sound those for us. The first is Tekiah. The second is Shavarim. The third is Truah. So now we're going to do it all together. Ready, Robert? Okay. Tekiah. Shavarim Truah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shavarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Truah. We're going to let Robert take a big breath before we do Tekiah Gedolah, which means a really long Tekiah. You ready? You ready? Sure? You sure? You're positive? Okay. Tekiah Gedolah.
That's good.
All right.
That was quite impressive.
Okay, so we are going to conclude now with Oseh Shalom, which can be found on page 31. And just before we sing that together, I just want to remind everyone, as soon as we're finished here and serve at the service, you can go to the social hall. You can go to the hallway, which you have to go through anyway, to get apples and honey. And then I would urge people to join us at Theodore Roosevelt Memorial Park Beach for a very brief service where we symbolically throw our sins into the Long Island Sound. It's just like a 5-minute drive from here. And we're giving you enough food to sustain you for that journey. So, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael.
Shana Tova U'Mitzuka, happy, sweet New Year.